I'm not sure what this video is going to be. I was not planning on starting a video. I was going to do a ship days in my life, and then I had a lot of stuff to do. I was worried about school. I had to focus on those things. But I am starting this video now for a few different reasons. First, I'm going to say Happy Valentine's Day. I hope you guys had an amazing Valentine's Day. You spent it with the people you love. You got to make new memories, and you got everything you wanted out of it. Let me backtrack. The day we got on the ship from Malta, everything seemed pretty normal. I had a good day, got on the ship. That evening, they announced that we were staying in Malta for an extra day so kids can get additional COVID boosters at the college. Then, the next morning, my roommate tested positive for COVID. And so that whole morning was an emotional roller coaster for me. I went down to the med clinic. I told them that I already tested positive in Italy. I quarantined for the 8 days at Medea. And so they gave me a PCR test and a rapid test. I took a rapid test the day we got back on the ship in Malta as well. Tested negative. I took a rapid test that next morning when my roommate told me that she did test positive. I took a PCR test that morning as well, and they both came back negative. But during that time when I was freaking out about my COVID test, there are 2 Voyagers who unfortunately had to leave the ship. A lot of us didn't know the reasons why, and I didn't hear about it until after they had gotten off the ship. And it was because of the Schengen visa rules and regulations. Apparently, as a U.S. passport holder, as a U.S. citizen, you can only visit Europe or countries in the Schengen region for only up to 90 days. Their 90 days were coming to an end, and the semester at sea staff had to ask them to leave the ship. So that runs into a few different issues for us U.S. passport holders, especially if we plan on traveling after the voyage. And now knowing this 90-day rule, and I have to calculate how many days I will have left by the end of the voyage, I have to rethink those plans and change those plans up a little bit. And so we had to change our itinerary again. And before we changed it from Ireland to Denmark, and now we're no longer going to Denmark, and we are going to Scotland. Scotland is not a part of this region, so we gained 13 days back being outside of this region. So by the end of the voyage, I think I'm close to maybe 2 weeks. I can go over to the UK. That is not a part of the region, so I would be fine going over there. I can travel to Africa or Asia. So that was the whole visa situation, but cases on the voyage are increasing rapidly. And yesterday there is an announcement that we have 54 passengers in isolation/quarantine. 30 minutes ago, there is an announcement made that Voyagers have to stay in their rooms for the next few days to help stop the spread. They changed dining hall rules yesterday, so they got implemented today, and tomorrow the staying in your room is going to be implemented. And because there are so many of us quarantined on the ship, we cannot get off in Spain as of right now. Spain says that you need to have about, I think they said 3.9% of your voyagers on the ship not in quarantine/isolation. I think it was just quarantine. So less than 3.9% positive cases. And so for us, that means less than 25 people. And we're at 54. So we need those numbers to go down for us to get into Spain. There was talk, they said that there's multiple different options that the crew and the semester at sea faculty team, they were looking into, and that would be completely skipping Spain and going straight over to Portugal and keep on sailing, docking in Spain, and just not letting anyone get off. Quarantine for a few more days in hope that the COVID cases go down and we can get off on the 20th in Spain. There is a lot of changes happening rapidly, but I am happy that I at least had a good day. So the past few days we've been getting hit by a lot, and I don't know what is going to happen next. All I know is that I was able to make it through quarantine once. I have such an amazing support team, and I'm happy that I at least had this day before getting quarantined to spend with my loved ones. Well, my new loved ones and my close friends now. And I will get through this, and then we'll all be fine, hopefully, for the rest of the voyage. So we'll see. Let's keep our fingers crossed and have a good day. Have a good night. I hope you had a happy Valentine's Day. I have definitely not been filming at all this past 24 hours. So today's our first day in quarantine. I am by myself. There's some people who have like their 2 other roommates with them. Sometimes it's just the doubles. But it is just me in here. I was able to get a really short workout in. The day mostly consisted of laying in bed, which is not that fantastic. There was a helicopter. The Spain rescue team asked if they could do a drill, and so that was an interesting way to start my morning. I have nothing else to do, so I'm gonna go to bed. Maybe we'll watch a movie. I just finished Free Guy. I started it with Shelby and Estelle maybe like a week ago, and so I decided to finish it. Pleasantly surprised. I did enjoy it a lot. But now our COVID numbers are in the 60s. We have about 40 positive cases, and then they said about 30 close contacts. So I think the number is close to like 63, 67, I don't know, 63 or 67, something like that. So the numbers are not going where we want them to go. They have just gotten higher. So, well, I'll just have to keep you updated. Good night.
From a movie scene to made of people in my dreams. But last time, if I recall,
we just
was
finished our designated meal times. About to go.
Where I'm going isn't far, but in case I go, no need to be stressed. Gotta take it home. I really miss the shade.
We are playing bingo with the most chaotic RDs ever. On the TV, Sam is in the bathroom, but like, this is how my bingo's going. This is the C chat. And Kelly has yoga soon.
B4, apparently.
And there's Sam.
Because this game did not fall off the rails at that point. Excuse me, wait, we have to pause. There has been a request for an Amanda Davidson appearance.
Hey y'all, I'm so glad to be here, and I'm so glad you're tuned in. Thank you for all the love on the C chat. I have just had the best time being RD Trico. Arabian Sea is always the best sea.
See, that's the thing. She's been stirring the pot on C chat, so she hasn't been absent from the conversation. You know what I mean?
This is how we spend our night. Everyone's on C-Chat. This is how we spend our night in quarantine. Hopefully tomorrow we get out of quarantine. We'll see. But we also have a bedtime story at 10 o'clock with Luke, so I will definitely film that as well.
say. I love y'all. I hope you're doing well out there tonight.
Harry Potter. Figured I'd read the first chapter here. First book, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, or Philosopher's Stone. Where you're from.
We are getting tested today, and hopefully it'll be negative so we can get off in Spain.
In case I go, no need to be stressed.
So, just tested upstairs, and now I'm sitting in my room for 30 minutes. Hopefully, if we get under 23 positive tests, then we'll be able to get into Spain. We've been on the boat for the past 4 days. I guess yesterday was officially our last quarantine, unless the numbers are still awful. But I ate breakfast this morning, bright and early, amazing sunrise. Tested, now I'm back here, and hopefully they'll announce tonight by 6 o'clock that we'll be able to get into Spain. Then all of my tests get pushed back, which is really nice. And we get to go out of the room and have deck time and that sort of thing. So we'll just keep our fingers crossed, and I think that's it.